Interesting. Now, what about Blurg?
Ah, a visitor. You're a welcome sight. But let us observe the customs of the locals.
The scholar's brow tenses. His voice spills into your skull, the spores connecting mind to mind.
Blurg, proud member of the Society of Brilliance, at your service. Or perhaps not. Your mind is far more complex than that of the fungi.
My mind and whatever's in it. I've never heard of the Society of Brilliance so far.
Understandable. We are small in number and rarely stay in one place for long. My colleagues and I are working to improve conditions in the Underdark. This need not be such a dire, hostile place. It's curious to find a surface dweller here. What has brought you down so deep?
Honestly, I kind of got lost out here. A mindflayer infected me with a tadpole, yes. But both of this is somewhat true. Okay. But are we lost? No.
Truly remarkable. But why come to the Underdark, where they hold so much power?
Yeah, let's just explain to him the whole story.
You were infected by an Illithid tadpole? It's a miracle you're still intact. You must be worried sick, but have no fear. I have a friend who may be able to assist. Omeluum!
I hope this is important, Blurg. My Zerkwood samples need constant attention.
It is. This adventurer has an Illithid tadpole inside his head, but he hasn't turned.
No ceremorphosis.
What
That's
the?
impossible, but intriguing. Are you looking to have it extracted?
Geich, your head will make a fine trophy for my queen.
Please hold. I understand your rage against my kin. One of my brethren forced a tadpole into your eye. Or ear, perhaps?
Both.
But I
Not nice.
assure you, I stand with the Society of Brilliance, not the colonies of my people.
Interesting. So the Myconids wouldn't appreciate us fighting here. Oh, listen. Yeah. I'd never trust them over. Okay. Nothing to do. So let's get for the first one. Let's see.
Fool! They
No.
infest your head and invade your dreams, and still you would parley.
I ask only that you refrain from violence. I respect that your opinion of my kind may be charged. If that settles matters for the time being, would you like a diagnosis?
Sure.
Open your mind to me. Let us see what lurks within.
Right. Okay, let's just quickly save. Okay, relax and open the mind.
As Omeluum's mind pierces yours, the tadpole pulses with power. It feels 10 times its size. Alive, awake, almost smug.
This is most unusual. The incubation period should be complete, as should your transformation. But the larva is infused with strange magic. It appears to be in some form of stasis.
Oh. Okay. What happens if that stasis goes away?
I can only theorize, but I suspect your transformation would be both agonizing and instantaneous.
I thought it was always agonizing, Omeluum.
Well, yes, but that wasn't my point.
Okay. All that probing was useless in the end. Well, now we know more. Can you extract that thing?
No, it appears to be shielded from physical and magical influence. And
course.
even without the shield, the extraction would involve severe cranial trauma.
Okay. So that thing is never going away, it seems. Wait a minute. Everybody talks about extracting that thing, right? What about just, I don't know, burning the thing away? I mean, we all have magical abilities. There should be something that makes that thing go poof. Anyway, it doesn't sound ideal. It is, of course not.
It is not ideal. The process would surely kill you.
Well, that's great.
But not to worry. Should you transform, I will happily perform a new examination.
What? Wait. Anyway, let's just give him more information. Let's just be completely open about that. Why is it that his tentacles go forward and then down, and not just downwards entirely? I mean, something has to hold those tentacles upwards. Kind of feel as if they are getting pushed too far. They have to hang down a little bit. I mean, if they want to move them, they can. But it feels kind of weird that they are pushing forward so far. Seems a bit too much. They have to point downwards. And it would make sense. Like, kind of like this one here. But even that is a bit too far. Like, they should fall downwards and not do anything. And maybe the tips should, like, bend like a cat's tail a little bit back and forth and whatnot. If you would, let's say, make a cut up here, right? And only see the head and the tentacles, it looks like an octopus in water. With the right direction and everything. But having everything attached to the creature, it should point downwards a little.
A Nautiloid? Fascinating. I have never set foot on one myself. They were our warships during the greatest eras of the Illithid Empire. We ruled the entire astral plane from their decks. The design was lost when the Gith rebelled and ended our dominion.
Well, thanks for the information.
Of course. I am sorry I cannot assist you in its removal. But I have an idea.
Oh, perhaps I should start taking notes.
There may be a way to bypass that stasis. There are many alchemical substances that can influence the mind.
I know. So... Wait a minute. Isn't that stasis the why the tadpole hasn't killed me yet?
I do not intend to shatter its protection. I need only bypass the interference that prevents me from communicating with the lava.
And what kind of alchemy is
A
that?
tincture distilled from a collection of rare mushrooms. They have subtle psionic influence. I would require a fresh ton of madness and Timusk spores. But be warned, in their natural state, both of these mushrooms can be quite dangerous. Timusks cause confusion in those that approach them. The tongue is self-explanatory.
Well, eating those doesn't sound like a great idea. So, anyway, where do I find those
The
shrooms then?
Underdark, of course, although they are quite rare, and their discovery perilous. I imagine Lenore would have them in her possession. She served Mistra as a cleric.
Okay. Why would a cleric have a bunch of dangerous mushrooms?
She is quite fond of her garden. Lenore has always been a lonely sort. Nature was her only companion. I offered her the chance to join the society, but she refused. Her experiments on Susa bark took priority.
Alright. So, next to this tree then. But eating those doesn't sound like a great idea, though.
My formula will hamper the more harmful effects once the mushrooms are brewed into a potion. Your sanity, however much you possess, should remain intact.
Well, that's a good note. Perfect. I think I already have what you're looking... Do I? Huh.
These are fine specimens. It will only take me a moment to brew them to proper potency.
Omeluum turns away to prepare the potion, lost in its own musings.
You must drink the entire draft. I can make no promises as to its taste.
Well, down the hatch it goes. But wait a minute. What exactly is this going to do to me?
It will lower the psionic defenses around the lava. If I cannot remove it, I may still be able to tell you more about its origin.
Ooh, sweet, 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 sweet. Okay. Why do we have a failed insight? That's not good. That's definitely not good. We should have used guidance beforehand. Anyway.
The potion is disgusting beyond description. The only mercy is that it goes down quickly.
Not a drop left. Very good. As the potion influences your mind, you may find yourself acting irrationally. Try and stay focused.
The world loses its edges, its finer boundaries. You are fluid, but trapped like a creature suspended in amber.
Whoa. Stare into the swirling there. Okay, do we want saving throws or do we want to stare into the abyss? Focus on the present, not the illusions. Draw on the willpower and resist. No. Alright, let's just stare into the thing.
You're sinking into a starless void that has no end. The connection between mind and body draws thin and tight. The tadpole spasms, seizes. It's fighting the potion even harder than you are. Fear pierces your mind like knives of ice. The parasite digs deeper, as if it needs to hollow out your skull.
Oh boy. Oh, I think we're going to die again.
A wave of psychic force batters your mind, cruel and calculating. You are nothing to it. You are small. The parasite swells with power. More power than you have ever felt before. It surges and twists, lashing out against that which would dare to intrude. The parasite in your mind quiets, pleased with itself.
Omeluum, are you well?
That lava is like nothing I have ever observed before. Its power is unsettling.
Okay, I felt it grow inside me. There's more power than ever. Well, that potion of yours could have killed me. The tadpole almost did the same. You were supposed to make it weaker, not stronger. Okay, but anyway. It did definitely grow.
Such an outcome was not in my calculations. There is more to this being than mere stasis.
So I went through all this and the tadpole still lodged in the brain? Yes. It probably is the brain now. What's next? Cutting off my head. Well, it's not all bad. More power is better than less. Yeah, sure.
Yet that power may grow beyond your control. I have another intermediate solution, if you are in need.
Ooh.
I possess a ring of mind shielding. It prevents elder brains from noticing my presence. It will not remove the lava, but it will limit its influence, both positive and negative. I would offer it as a gift, but in truth, the ring is priceless. Is there anything you could offer me in turn?
Wait, that's not how it goes. You can't just say, oh, it's priceless, and then say, like, no, that's not how it goes. We are here to make you give us the ring, and not to, like, make us pay more for it. This is stupid. Why didn't you mention the ring before this potion debacle? Okay, I have gold. Will that suit? No, we are not giving him any gold. I want this power. Keep your ring. How about I tell you more about that Nautiloid? Every last detail. Well, would be in this situation if it wasn't for a Mind Flayer. You owe me. Well, he is a Mind Flayer, but he is not that Mind Flayer, so no. Even if this is some kind of persuasion thing, but doesn't make it more logical. Either give me the ring or I'll run you through. Nope. Okay. I want this power. Well, power is always great, but we can't use it because it always uses up extra actions. And this game is all about action management. So it's useless to me. That's the problem. It's nice that there are absolutely strong powers in this game and whatnot, but if you are limited by actions, it doesn't matter. Because you always fall back to the thing that works. Piercing them with bolts. And that seems to be the thing that works the best. Why didn't you mention the ring before this debacle though?
Because removal seemed preferable to negation. And I must admit, I was curious to study the tadpole myself.
Well, that's interesting. Okay, I'm not giving him the gold, that's the thing. We also kind of want to know where the power and all of this stuff is leading us. And what about the Nautiloid though?
A fascinating topic indeed. What can you tell me?
Actually, I can tell him an awful lot. Give a dramatic retelling of your time on the Mindflayer ship. Performance! I have a sword that boosts Was it the sword? Yes. And I don't have it equipped. Okay, what else? Intelligence of a detailed logical analysis of the Nautiloid. Let's hope that works. 10. We know how that goes, right? Hey! Sometimes we can get a bit lucky.
Brilliant experience. To feel one step closer to my ancestors is a fine gift indeed. Here, it is yours. May it serve you as well as it has served me.
A pretty thing. And at least it offers us some protection from the tadpole.
Of course, the lava remains. Be ever vigilant of its growth.
Tongue of Madness. Okay.
I have never seen anything like it.
What is this?
Is my species
Speaking aloud, ever thought, gaining disadvantage on charisma checks. Disadvantage on wisdom and intelligence checks.
Was at such an accelerated rate?
It simply shouldn't be possible.
You have advantage on saving throws against Charmed. Don't I already have something that works in a similar fashion? Fey ancestry, I think. You have advantage on saving throws against being charmed. And magic can't put you to sleep. I have Fey ancestry already. This ring is stupid. You have advantage on saving throws against charmed. Ring of Mind Shielding. Phew. And resistance to lightning. Okay, wait a minute. If I take that one, what happens? Do we get an additional effect? No. We only get like bonuses to being charmed or whatever. Like mind shielding doesn't seem to do anything for us. Malefic, like this one is much better shelter. I'd rather get this one. So, an Astarian, also an elf, probably also Fey ancestry, isn't it? So, let's see. Who would benefit from the ring then? Karlak. There you go. Okay, now, is there more that we can talk to them about?
I greet you, son child.
How did you escape your colony?
I was born with a propensity for arcane magic my people despise. It gave me the strength to resist the Elder Brain. Every waking hour I pushed back against its dire hold. My wizardry empowered me. The moment its control shattered, I fled. Before the colony discovered I had defected.
How do you survive?
In the beginning, I had an arrangement with a lich. Excellent company, despite what one would expect. I required brains, he required souls. A perfect symbiosis. But our ambitions eventually splintered. I wished to better the world, and he preferred its rot. So I left his company, and thus I now feed from those who act against the Society's goals.
Well, best way to deal with that sort of hunger, I suppose.
Perhaps the peoples of the Underdark will be less inclined to violence if they comprehend the cost, yes?
Well, there's no trusting a man for... No. Let's look at the swears. What do we have? Something that we've read before will encumber me. Sure. What about this one? On Illithids, volume whatever. We can examine it, yes, but we cannot read it. What else we got? A creation's echo. Elemental resonance with the wielders. If the wielder deals acid, fire, lightning, radiation, or necrotic damage, it becomes resistant to that damage type for 2 turns. Interesting. So, if you were to deal an awful lot of different types of damage, we would become resistant to all of that. And it says if the wielder deals damage. It doesn't say how. Meaning that if I were to use, let's say, acid or like fire, acid arrows, I would become resistant to acid and fire. But wait a minute, I am already resistant to fire. So it would be better for me to use cold and acid, or, I don't know, lightning and acid. That's actually quite interesting. What else we got? Shade spell. While the wearer is obscured in shadow, their spells gain a +1 bonus to spell save DC, making them more likely to succeed. Their spells gain a +1 bonus to spell save DC. Oh, it's not a saving throw, it's a... What does a DC even mean? Difficulty class. Alright, yeah, that's the one. Right, Savior's Allure. You restore an additional 2 hit points every time you heal another creature. This is good. Arcane Echo Malefaction. When the wearer inflicts a condition upon a hostile creature, they also inflict 2 turns of reverberation. A condition upon a hostile creature. Any condition, pretty much. What is reverberation? Affected entity has a -1 penalty to strength. That's actually quite interesting. It says a -1 penalty to strength. So does it go up then? Like a penalty usually means negative, right? A 1... Whatever. Dexterity and constitution saving throws per remaining turn. Wait, that's a lot. That's a lot of that's a lot. Okay, when the entity has 5 or more turns of reverberation, it takes 1 to 4 thunder damage and possibly falls prone. The condition is removed afterwards. Creatures immune to thunder damage can't receive reverberation. Oh, that's stupid. So, if they are immune to if they are immune to thunder damage, they cannot get the penalty for strength and dexterity and whatnot, because this is combined in the reverberation effect. That's kind of mean. I mean, the whole idea of the thunder damage I can understand, right? You're immune to it, you don't get the damage, and you don't fall prone, right? But the penalty to strength, dexterity, and whatnot, it's a bit mean. But alright. When the warrior inflicts a condition upon a hostile creature, they also inflict 2 turns of reverberation. So what I need to do is inflict conditions on enemies a lot. The question is just how many times can I do this? How many effects can I stack on the enemy? Interesting question. This would be very nice for a character that does... Yeah, actually this is very good if you have an awful lot of cantrips. Maybe even a mixed cantrip or whatever. That would be sweet. So, pearlescent restoration. What is that? Or pearlescent. You can replenish expanded spell slots of your choice up to 3rd level. Wow. The question is just how many of them up to 3rd level. It doesn't go into detail. Like, is it just 1 spell slot? Is it spell slots more than 1? How many is it? You can replenish expanded spell slots of your choice up to 3rd level. Or is it like 3, 2, and 1? Like 1 3rd level, 2 or 2 level 2s and 3 level 1s. Like this ability is actually the one of the wizard, I think. Same or similar-ish icon. How much is it, by the way? And it's an amulet. Divine Guard, okay. Oh, that's actually quite interesting. So, can I use this effect if I equip the item? And then I use the effect and then I discard the item? Or do I have to do a long rest in order to kind of charge up the item for it first? Questions upon questions upon questions. So, what else do we get? We get void bulbs, the funny kind of items. They are actually quite nice. And then what else we got? We got spike bulbs. They also make the enemy bleed. Then we got the intellect of our cerebellum. Combine 3 of those. Elixir of psychic resistance. Gain resistance to psychic damage. This elixir can be thrown at a target to apply its effects. Oh. But it's nice that it's a permanent thing. It could be handy. Intellect of our cerebellum. Where have you found that one before, though? What about this one? Caustic bulb. Throw this slime-covered bulb at a target to coat it and the ground and anything nearby in caustic brine. Dealing a little bit of damage and something until long rest. What is this? Covers in the brine. Takes 1 to 4 acid damage per turn. Until long rest. Forever. Oh, this is good. Actually pretty nice. So yeah, we can take that. And what else? Void bulbs are very, very funny. I want to keep those things around as well. I don't know about the special items though, because I mean I could just buy them. There's no problem with it anyway. It's nice to have those things around. So while in shadow, we're not always in shadow. Except if you use the spell darkness. That in combination with that would be amazing. Problem is you cannot do anything inside your own darkness. You restore an additional 2 hit points if you tell me heal a creature. Yeah, this is kind of funny. If you have 2 of those effects, like that, I think there's a similar ring somewhere in my inventory or whatever. Let's just do that. The bludgeoning bonus effect is of no concern. And this one, elixir of psychic resistance, sounds like a funny thing indeed. Yeah, if there's an enemy that does an awful lot of psychic damage, then this would be amazing. So let's just prepare for that in advance. And reverberation, the whole effect kind of thing. Yeah, wait a minute. It's saving throws per remaining turn. When you cast a spell that requires concentration, you gain momentum. Okay. While you are concentrating, you can't get knocked prone or be moved against your will. Meaning that as long as I use the fog cloud, I'm good. And this one, on the other hand, does additional damage. And penalties to saving throws. But saving throws are not used when you attack them. That's not beneficial. Okay, saving throws are only good if you use spells. Because they are countered with saving throws. The only good part is the 1 to 4 thunder damage, but no, I don't need that. I don't affect the enemy that often. So, anything in here? No. Phew, yeah, what else? Let's just balance the alpha with gold. Bartered. Right. Can I like right click and... I cannot read it though.
May your travels be safe.
Safe and swift, yes. So that is a very, very, very good potion. Should I store it somewhere? No, let's just keep it in here. The ring, on the other hand, is a funny kind of thing. Let's keep it here. And this thing will also be placed in here. Really have to do something about my clutter in the inventory. Yeah, I have like additional weapons in here that should be there at all. Yeah. That one can be sent to camp. I think I'm not encumbered anymore, am I? Yes, I'm good. So the additional weapons, they are my bane, kind of. Featherfall. The other funny thing. Right. Let's read on Illithids. Many curious scholars have noted the Illithids' disdain for arcane magic, yet do not understand the reasons behind it. In traditional Illithid circles, psionics are considered incontrovertible proof of our superior minds, and that which relies on study or bloodline is but a corruption of pure mental power. Yet, were it so inferior, it would not be able to subvert an elder brain. I have proven that myself, and hope the Society of Brilliance will be able to spread this evidence to the contrary far and wide. My people need not be slaves to the grand design, should they will it. Divine magic is a more complex matter. Some of our creeds advance the philosophies of gods like Il-Sensine and Manze Korean, but that should not be taken as mindless worship. If anything, many of my brethren are jealous of these beings and study their works in order to supplant them in the future. But to be a god's servant forever yielding, that goes against the tenets of every circle, no matter how liberal their creed. So that one goes back to Wes. Let's get some gold back.
You, son child.
Alright, and what about Blurg?
Welcome back. Have you made any new discoveries?
Kinda depends. I've never seen a hobgoblin like you before.
The feeling is mutual, friend. I have only passing familiarity with the surface races. But I found that there is as much to learn from an individual as there is from a community. So it is with the Myconids. They live in harmonious unity, but each has a unique personality.
Research in the Underdark sounds like a dangerous prospect.
Yes, but it has abundant natural resources. Spores, water orbs, Trillimac. I've studied them for years.
There is rare magic in the Underdark too. Faerzres. It radiates from the earth, warping, teleportation, and divination magic.
Interesting. What if your studies uncovered?
This is not a wasteland. It is a glorious ecosystem. Every civilization here could thrive without conflict.
Do you have anything interesting to trade?
I do enjoy a good bargain. If anything in my private collection is to your liking.
Right. And we have read his books. We could... I don't know whether magnifying glass is any good. So, what else we got? Magic missiles! Look at this. Shoot an additional dart whenever you cast magic missile. Oh ho! Not only... Oh, this is actually pretty sweet. Problem? We don't always use magic missiles, but being able to get another dart is actually pretty sweet. Melv's Acid Arrow. You gain a +1 bonus to spell save DC and spell attack rolls. Does it do anything else? Not really. But the damage of this Melv stuff is pretty good. Shoot a green arrow that covers the target and the ground, and so on and so forth, and does an awful lot of damage. Just delayed. So the Baneful. This blade's magical powers only function if it's bound to an Eldritch Knight or is a Warlock's Pact weapon. This weapon has a +1 bonus to damage and attack rolls. Favored weapon. Interesting. So like a weapon enchantment, except that it isn't. Wait a minute. Yeah, this weapon receives a +1 bonus to attack rolls and deals 1 bonus. This is the same as the favored weapon, but this one plus this one is amazing. Baneful Bond. On a hit, possibly bane your target. Has a 1d4 penalty to attack rolls and saving throws. Nice. This is amazing. What is this? Short sword. I know someone who would benefit from this thing a lot. Scorching Ray. Sounds like fun. 66. Oh. This... Huh. Long rest. Yeah, you can only use it once, right? If you have magic items and everything has a special power, and on top of that you can use normal magic with spell slots and so on, that's just so overpowered. Okay, Life Charger. When the wearer gains lightning charges, again, okay, lightning charge thing, they also gain 3 temporary hit points. The temporary hit points disappear if the wearer runs out of lightning charges. Sweet. You can really make a build out of this lightning stuff, even in the first act. Pretty much. Genial Strider. The wearer's movement speed is unimpeded by difficult terrain. Like all of those items are cool. The question is just like, who's going to wear that? Nobody uses dashes. Actually, he could benefit from this. Or no. Dash or similar action. She's not using dash. Dash is an action, like a action. Jump distance is good. Okay, so Astarion and Lizelle could benefit from different footwear. So whenever you burn an enemy, you gain 2 turns of heat. And what's heat? Engulfed by a vengeful fire, take 1 to 4 fire damage each turn, but can use heat convergence. Consume your heat to fuel a powerful attack. The next time you deal fire damage, you deal an additional 1 fire damage for every turn of heat remaining. 2 turns of heat, so we can deal a maximum of 2 additional damage. And go off by vengeful fire, take so and so much damage each turn, but can... Okay, so this is very good if you're either immune to fire damage or resistant. Anything that reduces the amount of fire damage that can take. The wearer can see in the dark up to 12 meters. This is like normal dark vision. Then we have scrolls. Only problem is I don't know which ones I have. Learn so far. Ooh, Ice Storm. 40 damage. That's a lot of damage. Magic weapon. Infuse the weapon with an arcane. Yada yada. +1 bonus. The thing is, the spell magic weapon does not quite work well with weapons that already have a magical enchantment. Something like this one here, weapon enchantment. If they are already enchanted, like, you cannot make them magical. Like, something in there prohibits it, which is kind of annoying, because if it's a different effect, then it should be stackable. There's all of those things that you have to test out first, and then you are like very annoyed by it not working, pretty much. Okay, and health potions. There's not much more. All of diminution. Yeah, diminution was a cool effect, wasn't it? Ah, come on. I have an oil of that in my inventory. Poison resistance, heroism. Good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. So, is there something in here that I would really like to have? Packed weapon is Warlock. I mean, I could give this to Will. Be done with that. I think I have the Psychic Spark or something similar already. I don't know. Let's just take that. I thought I had something like that somewhere. I just balanced the offer and bought it away. Alright, and of course we are in
Very
combat.
well.
No, we are not. Alright.
Have you
So, I have to figure out a way to manage my inventory. Okay. How am I gonna do that? How am I gonna do that? Okay. The thing is, I can use items from other people's inventory. So there's no problem having one mule that has all of the utility kind of things. That should be okay. Okay, so that means I am going to split some of those arrows, or at least I'm gonna take all of those potions and I'm going to place them in a that's just a normal backpack, isn't it? Camp supply backpack? Normal backpack, yes. Let's just place some items in this backpack. Anything like oil related. There you go. Let's take all of these oils. Move them in here. Alright. So, what else we have? Poison, yes. What just happened? That's not what's supposed to happen here. What the? Okay, again, oil. Enter. See, we have Basilisk oil, Arsonist oil, this. Okay. Wait. Basilisk oil? Basilisk oil. Basilisk oil. Basilisk oil? Basilisk oil. Ah, now it can stack. Okay. Oil of diminution. Oh. There's a bug in this game. A very interesting one. So I had there was one basilisk oil on the left. And what I did was I used this and this in order to take all the items here, right? It seems as if it selects all of the items, but it doesn't. It selects the first item and the 3 following items. The first one is the right one. Okay. Something definitely was messed up in the basilisk thingy there. Because I actually was in a different backpack. That was weird. Very, 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 very weird. So what else could we get rid of? Anything like throwing related, like this, except for the puzzle piece. Halson's pipe seems special. The fishing rod seems somewhat special, and this one. Yep, I think that's all. Bam. And we got ourselves some weight managed already. Perfect. So then acid vials, also same thing. So this one here will be just sent to the camp because it's cool. No. It's sorted by type. I think we are pretty good now. What about that one? Drink to slow your rate of descent during a fall. Alright. And simple toxins. Yeah, sometimes. By type. Right. What else? Let's see. Basic poison. Yes. Are they heavy? There's definitely a lot of those. Yeah. Saving throw or become poisoned and fall asleep. Bark skin. Oh no, wait. Elixir, 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 poison. Okay. I'm still going to keep the elixirs for myself. Okay, elixir, 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 whatever. Elixir, another elixir. Potion of Featherfall, which is not an elixir, but a very long potion. And mind reading. I don't need mind reading that much. Alright, the other... One. No. Something else in here is definitely taking far too much weight points. And that. What am I gonna do with that? Ah, it was the basilisk thing. Wait a minute. Where's the puzzle piece? Over here. Right. Now we should be good. Okay. And we can carry things around. Now the big question is,
Yes.
oh!
She is cataloging Coatoan fertility rituals.
Who's she?
Oh, well, perhaps after I finish my research here, I'll join her.
Alright. Well, the more the merrier, right? So, let's just end this episode for now and continue at another time. Then we can talk to the Sovereign, of course. Until next time then, like and subscribe and ta-ta!